Hello guys, welcome back to an episode of Hypixel Pit. Today, I'm going to be losing my mind yet again. I don't know why I do this to myself. Please save me from myself. Anyway, we're gonna be doing that now. So, yeah, let's go. First of all, I was really bad back then, but now I'm slightly okay at the game. Oh, he's got a golden helmet. I'm not fighting him. So, today I might get Prestige 5. It's very unlikely. It's very unlikely, actually, that will happen. But, you know, it's always possible. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna be killing people. This is actually really boring content. It took me a very long time to realize. Hypixel Pit doesn't make for good content half the time, and I probably shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, so... yeah, I got Lunar, by the way. That's one thing that happened since the last video. Pretty interesting. Making content on the Hypixel Pit is pretty hard, because really, there's not a lot to talk about with what's going on in the gameplay. You're just kind of getting better slowly until you inevitably die, and then you get better slowly again. And the cycle continues over and over and over again. The problem with that is that there's not a lot of variation. So you can talk about a few things that have happened, or the perks you use, or that, but really, it's not interesting content, which is a really big problem if you want to be interesting. Like content creators often do, because that's what holds an audience's attention. So the problem, you know, what can you do about it? Well, I guess I could start talking about content creation, because the secret to that is it causes an infinite cycle, where if I make content and then I complain about making content, I have infinite content, you see? I'll draw a graph of it later, and I'll show it on screen right now. So, yeah, content creation is like way harder than I thought it was gonna be when I started out this challenge. I thought that editing in most programs would be similar to editing in Audacity, which I'm actually pretty good at. Audacity is one of the few things that I excel at when it comes to kind of like editing programs. I looked up some PvP tutorials. Those were pretty good. I learned a little bit about combos, and I learned the true meaning of friendship, because that's what you learn from PvP, you know? You have to hate somebody to love somebody. It's the general laws of nature, really. I'll let them have a little bit of time to make love to each other silently. Well, I preserve my streak. Streaking is hard. I don't know how to do it correctly, so I often just end up walking around, getting XP slowly, you know? But the big problem with this game is that its game loop isn't very interesting. So the only way to be interesting is to have the ability in you to be creative while fighting. Just the descriptive power is really the power in content creation. If you describe things very well, then people will enjoy your content, you know? So, what you want to do is be an expert in that category. An expert descriptor. That's kind of what content creation is. It's describing the world around you. It truly is an art form. But it's an art form where the goal is to make the most qualitative and quantitative art simultaneously with the best returns on investment. I've talked about content creation for long enough. My dad has been playing this interesting game called Star Citizen recently. If you don't know, it's had a kickstart. It's been around for a long time, actually. And it's this game where basically what you do is you grind, and you grind, and you grind. But the world generation and physics and all of that is so realistic that the point is that you're supposed to kind of feel like you're actually there doing the thing, which is a novel idea. It's what most simulators strive for. But the thing about Star Citizen is that Star Citizen has had more funding than almost any other project in that sphere ever. Star Citizen is a very interesting game. What you do is basically whatever you want to do. There's a bunch of stations around the place, and there are a few planets in a universe. And the planets and stations are extremely intricate, with beautiful graphics and so-so NPCs. They're a little weird, but you know, you get used to them after a while. And basically, my dad has been getting really into this game because he feels as though, and this is just what I sense, there is an untapped niche of content in that area, and that he can tap into that niche and gain a rather substantial following, which I think is a pretty good plan. So, yeah, that's what my dad's been up to, and for those of you who don't know, which might be a lot of you, seeing as I've never fully explained why I need to beat my dad to 10k subs. Basically, once I was out in the shed, Dad called me out. He sleeps out in a shed, but it's like a really nice shed. He did a whole bunch of stuff to it. It's basically like a whole nother room at this point, but it's disconnected from the house. So basically, I walk in through the doorway, and Dad's kind of like, "Hey son, do you want to have a contest?" And the contest is just this. The first person to reach 10,000 subscribers gets a forfeit from the other. If I win, then he has to give me his Oculus Quest 2 headset. And if he wins, then I have to give him my manual labor for like 350 hours worth, basically. Which will not be fun, let me tell you. Sorry, $350 worth, not hours. So I kind of got a lot on the line with this thing, right? And so basically, I'm going to be trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before my dad does. Otherwise, I'll have to do $350 worth of work for him, which won't be fun. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!